Second and goal for the Giants. Direct snap, Saquon Barkley. He'll take it to the left, and Barkley will score! Terrific play calling wrinkle there. Direct snap to Barkley. Runs it in for the touchdown. And the Giants cap one of their best drives in a long time.
What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, coming back at y'all with the Week 16 edition of the True Blue Preview. The New York Football Giants headed out to the Midwest, taking on the Minnesota Vikings out in Minneapolis, baby. Another big game for both of these teams, man. Minnesota needs to win just to be able to preserve any chance they still have at a #1 seed. It's a small chance, but they do mathematically still have a chance at that #1 seed. So they need a W against the Giants on Saturday to preserve that. The New York Giants, if they get this W, it'll really play well into them making it into this postseason. As a matter of fact, with a little bit of help on Saturday, if the New York Giants win this football game and a little bit more help, the New York Giants can clinch a playoff spot this Saturday, after this weekend here of football. So the New York Giants got to go into this game, man. This is another very, very explosive offense the New York Giants have had to face off against. And as we know, the New York Giants have not fared well against explosive offenses this season. We saw what the Eagles did to the Giants a couple of weeks ago. You've seen what the Dallas Cowboys did in both games against the New York Giants. It's just Giants haven't fared particularly well against explosive offenses. So what we got to do in this game, man, as the New York Giants team defensively, man, you got to have absolute relentless, unabated, ferocious pressure on Kirk Cousins the whole entire game. And the more consistent we can apply that pressure with the front four, the better for the New York Giants. We know Wink Martindale is a guy that wants to send those blitzes from all over the place. But I'm going to tell you, Kirk Cousins ain't so bad against the blitz if you're not getting home, man. If you're not getting home with them blitzes, Kirk Cousins will make you pay. He will make you absolutely pay. So therefore, the more consistent pressure we can get with that front four, the better it's going to be for the New York Giants on Saturday. That, especially and particularly Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, get that pressure right up the gut, get that pressure right in his face. Oh, my God, that's what Kirk Cousins hates the absolute most. But then Kayvon Aziz coming off the edges, we got to get there, fellas. We're going to need to get there because the weapons out wide the New York Giants secondary does not match up to the weapons the Minnesota Vikings have split out at the wide receiver. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, who is arguably the best wide receiver in football. Look, we don't match up to that. We just don't. We can't be having our corners on an island. Right now, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are looking at the New York Giants secondary, in particular you, number 30, Darnay Holmes, and they licking their chops, man. They are licking their chops. Because number 30, Darnay Holmes, you have had a target on your back, young man. Unfortunately, your play is up and down, man, but you commit a lot of penalties, and you just kind of get caught out there, man. And to be quite frank, against these top-end receivers, you haven't fared the best. So they're going to be having your number circled. Believe you me, Kirk Cousins is going to come out there. He's going to look for you. He's going to look for where's number 30 at. I'm going to attack that guy because he makes a lot of mistakes on tape made by Darnay Holmes. Unfortunately, like I said, the young man goes out there, gives it everything he got, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for him, man. And this is a very tall order, man, this week with these receivers that the Minnesota Vikings are rolling out. And then that's not even all. That's not all. Because the reality is, as great as those receivers are for the Minnesota Vikings, the New York Giants' biggest weakness defensively is their run defense. It has been absolutely atrocious. And what do the Minnesota Vikings also have? One of the best running backs in the league as well, in Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook can hurt you in the run game as well as in the passing game. Dalvin Cook is an absolute stud running back in this league. He is a top-end back. And to be quite frank, this New York Giant run defense is going to have to step it up and get a lot better and much improved than what they've been showing, because he will hit the home run, and he can hit it at any point in time. Any point in time. And so you're going to have to tighten that run defense up, figure something the hell out. Landon Collins came in, and he did some good things for this New York Giants, helped with that run support, but we were still getting overall gashed by the Washington Commanders on Sunday Night Football a week. So we're going to have to figure this out, because Dalvin Cook is absolutely one of the very best. And Brian Robinson, as good as he was on Sunday night against this New York Giant team, Dalvin Cook is a step up in class from that. I'm sorry. So this is even more of a threat right now for the New York Giants to have to worry about. So defensively, you're going to have to do all of that to be able to even stay in this football game. I think you may be up for the task, because this defense always finds ways to just be resilient and keep this team in football games most of the time. Now, offensively, Daniel Jones, I mean, look, admirable, man. Admirable play, man. I get it. You don't have the best of weapons going on outside, man. But guess what, bro? We got to see some downfield threats, man. You got to threaten this defense down the field, man. You can't just dink and dunk and dink and dunk and dink and dunk all game long. I get it. You don't have great weapons. You don't have good receivers. I understand that. But you still got to let this defense know that if you don't cover it, we're going to hit you down there. We're going to go for the home run ball. You got to take some shots sometimes, man. You got to. Last game against the Commanders, not a single pass over 15 air yards. That's not acceptable, in my opinion. You got to challenge the defense. You got to make them think about it. You got to give them something to absolutely think. You can't just make it so easy for them to know that all we got to do is cover everything underneath, because that's all you're going to do is throw the little 5-yard comebacks and 10-yard comebacks. I said, like we said, no passes over 15 air yards. You only threw 3 that reached 10. Only 3. So we gotta figure out something there. We got to just challenge this defense. This defense, which can be had. They do got a couple of nice pass rushers. They do. But this defense overall can be had, giving up over 400 yards a game to opponents. I know this New York Giant offense ain't built like pretty much anybody else in the league, but still, this defense of the Minnesota Vikings can be had, and we got to take advantage of that. Now, I already explained how explosive their offense is. You have to, so us offensively, ball control. Absolute ball control, man. Try to get a good run game established and control that clock, keep moving those chains, and keep that explosive offense off the field as much as possible, and exploit this defense and pound the ball at them and wear this defense down. And they're susceptible to the big play. That's why I said you got to take some shots from downfield sometime, because this is a defense where, they blow a coverage in a heartbeat. This defense can be had. But as we saw on Saturday, last Saturday, when they played the Indianapolis Colts, their offense is super explosive. They went down in the locker room 33-0 at halftime and put up 40 damn points in the second half. That's crazy. The New York Giants haven't even broken 30 points in a whole game this season, or last season for that matter. And this team scored 40 points and a half. And a half. So that tells you how explosive and scary that offense is. Got to keep that offense off the field. Got to control the clock. Got to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. Got to. Got to get number 26 going early and often in this one. But sprinkle in the other runners. You just got to pound away at this defense. Like I said, keep that offense off the field, man, and control the clock here, man. And good things can possibly happen. This Minnesota team is very, very good, but this defense is really, really suspect. And you got to take advantage of that offense. Daniel Jones, you got to take shots, man. Even if it is to Darius Slayton and Richie James and guys like that no other team even wants. It doesn't matter. We understand. I understand how the weakness is there, but Still got to take shots, man. Darius Slayton has been shown the ability to make a couple big plays for you down the field, man. Got to take those shots. Richie James, I mean, look, he's out there, man, and for what it's worth, he's playing above his pay rate, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. Richie James is playing above his pay rate. We all gave him a hard time with a couple fumbles and special teams he had earlier in the season, big moments. It's true. But for right now, with this offense, Richie James is playing above his pay rate. And to be quite, and the other kid we got from Buffalo, Isaiah Hodgins, also has shown an ability to make some plays, man. So we got to go out there. We got to utilize these guys to the best of our abilities, man. We know they're nowhere in comparison to the guys Minnesota's rolling out there. But at the same time, I mean, that's the situation we've been dealing with all season anyway. So we got to overcome it the same way you've been able to overcome it in your other 8 victories this season. And go out there and try to make this number 9. Out there on the road in a very hostile environment. It's going to be hostile out there in Minnesota under that dome. But one thing it will also be is nice, good, comfortable weather. Obviously, it's a dome, so we ain't dealing with no weather. So climate controlled right there. So there we go. We ain't got to be out there worrying about freezing our butts off in snow and whatever else it might be doing in Minnesota right about now. So just got to go out there and get the job done, New York Giants, man. This is a big one for y'all, man, because like I said, you win this game on Saturday, strong chance by the end of Saturday you will have clinched the playoff spot. So you're going to need a little bit of help, but the help that you need is not that out of the realm of possibility. So let's go out there and get it done and grind one out the same way we've been grinding them out all season, man. The ugly New York Giant way, because that's the way we got to do things. Got to pound that rock. Pound that rock, and Daniel Jones take a few shots here and there and loosen that defense up, because that defense is pretty much soft as cotton, man. So just go out there and get it done. And with that being said, man, look, I've been mulling it over. I've been really weighing things out, and I know that Minnesota is definitely the better football team here, and they're playing in their home stadium, and this is a big one for them as well, like I said, just so they can keep pace with the Eagles. But at the same time, I think we are still just more mentally tough than this football team, and I think they can be had. I know they got a lot more fancier, shinier toys to play with, but they can be had. I think they will be. New York Giants win this game 27-24 on the road, hostile environment. And they're going to get it done because MacDaGiantsFan says so. So the New York Giants 27, Minnesota Vikings 24. Let's go. And remember, immediately following the game on Christmas Eve, your boy will be coming at you with the true blue aftermath live right here on MacDaGiantsFan's channel. And then also don't forget, each and every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in to me and the super dope co-host Adam Costas for another edition of the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. Make sure y'all enjoy that game. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. Hey! I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.